Here we go. Bam. You're
There
live.
we go. Now we're live.
Welcome back. Skip Happens. It's another great episode tonight. We have a lot of fun. Skip Clark, Deb Lamphere, president and founder of the official country music fan club. And tonight we have a guest. You may have seen him if you've been out and about in the area. He's here quite often. And I want you all to say hi to our friend Nick Hickman. Nick, what's up?
Hey, Nick. Woo. So happy to have you with us tonight.
Yeah, I was really excited. I didn't get to see you last time you were here just a few weeks ago in the Northeast, but I'm hearing nothing but great things about what you do, your show, et cetera, et cetera. It's awesome. So, hey, so
it's fun. We ate it. We ate somewhere that was really good. Rise and Shine.
The Rise and Shine Diner.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We went somewhere that had hot dogs. Hides,
yum.
Hides in Liverpool.
Yeah, that was.
They've been around forever. They've been. I'm not going to say my age, but they've been around longer than I've been around. So that's pretty old.
So 25 years, 26 years?
Yeah, maybe. No, not even that. Maybe 20, something like that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, you caught my. I'm impressed.
You're going to say Skip.
Skip. No, the Rise and Shine Diner, we just saw you at a couple weeks ago, and I had never been there. I didn't even know the place existed. And they have this beautiful little courtyard out there that somebody can come and play, and they have tables set up. Their menu, though, I don't know. Whoever created that menu, they're probably like stick thin, because I could never eat all the stuff they put on that menu with like piles of 10 pancakes and the ice cream floats with the cake, and you'd have to really go on and look at that menu.
Do that?
Oh my God, I couldn't eat any of that stuff.
It was really good.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Well, the question that I ask everybody when we kick it off is, where are you? And describe your surroundings, Nick Hickman.
Well, I'm in my studio.
I love your studio, by the way. I am like in envy of this. Yeah,
this is my baby.
Brand new, right?
It is brand new. That's the booth.
Oh, dude.
And these are my babies. You ready for this?
Yeah. You got them all now. Oh,
wow.
God.
There's more. I keep some, and this is just the entertainment area. The fridge with the alcohol. And then over here is where I keep. So I've got one out right now. This is where I keep a couple more guitars. I got a bass out right now getting restrung, but
dude,
getting set up. I got a P bass. That's just a jazz bass, but
did you design that whole layout?
I did, yeah. Well, we hired somebody to hang the panels, so we wanted the whole room to be like soundproof. So Jeff and I tried to do it a little bit ourselves, but we weren't getting it what we thought. So we had a buddy come in and really dial it in to where everything sounds in every point of the room. It sounds the exact same. So
yeah,
that's amazing.
Gotta have that if you're a musician. Maybe not so much as a voiceover artist or a radio guy, like I am, but or even in the podcast studio. But doing what Nick does, or any artist, right there, that's awesome. And how much time do you spend in there?
A lot. I mean, we're creating. We've got a new record about to come out, but we're working on a new record right now. In here, we just finished 2 songs last night. So it's important that we're doing this to get everything, because it's brand new. So we're trying to get everything dialed in, so we can start bringing people in and record. But one thing we didn't want to do, you see a lot of people with, I got a home studio or I got a bedroom studio. No. We got the Stress, we got Rupert Neve, we got Neve processors everywhere. We've got state of the art, high end. We got a U87 Neumann mic. And
oh my God. You know what you know what it's worth. I know what those cost because I looked into them. So it's great.
Here's the thing. I love it and it's great, but I got a TM103.
Yeah.
I think it's more crystal clear on the vocals than the U87, but
really,
I love it. And I got a couple of SM7s, but we've got a couple of 184s that we're running through, a couple of 1073s on acoustic.
You've lost Ed, by the way, Nick.
You lost me, but it sounds very, very, very professional. And this is all just recording equipment, right? None of this goes on the road with you?
None of it, So I've got a storage unit a couple miles down the road that's got all of our lights and sound and our self-contained units and stuff.
Wow. Are those all big TVs on the walls?
No, just one. Those are panels.
Those were the panels. Okay. They look like TVs from my angle. Okay.
Yeah, so there's just one 40-inch TV, and we got that. So my fiance won't let me have the PlayStation downstairs because she says it looks tacky. So this is the monitor and also the PlayStation.
Look at you. Do you ever go in your house? You're probably just always there.
I am, because look, I'll show you why. I've got a fridge right there, a stock
that.
full of beer with whiskey, and then I got another TV right there.
Oh,
dude,
you're set.
That's where the games go on.
Exactly.
Well, at least you have a great place to go when you're in the doghouse. That's for sure.
I'm not in the doghouse very often. I'm pretty quick to say I'm sorry and just let her do her.
You're a good man.
She's
like that. She's very lucky.
Yeah.
She's actually very, very pretty. I haven't met her yet, but I've definitely seen a lot of pictures.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Good for you. When's the wedding? Don't tell her what.
She'll tell me and I'll be there, I reckon.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Probably. Let's talk about you and your music and all that. As I mentioned, you've been here a few times and quite a few times. You put on a great show and all that. But let's have a little history about Nick Hickman. When did you start playing music and how did you get to where you are today?
Well, like the start of the journey, huh? Okay. Well, I'll sum it up quick. I started about 10, 12 years ago. I just kind of wound up doing worship music and Christian music. One of those things where we were in a group and we were just meeting Thursdays for a small group and we were just trying to play some music. I was playing guitar and they're like, hey, just play for us. Let's do some worship songs. And then that led to, okay, why don't you lead worship on Sundays? And so that kind of got me into like the job aspect of music. And then eventually a bunch of stuff happened and moved back home. And now I came here. I've been doing country music for about, I'd say 3 or 4 years.
That's cool.
So where's home? Or were you just going to ask that?
I was just going to ask that. We think so much alike.
We do. We really do.
Well, that's a tough thing to say. I would have to determine, because here's why. I spent the first 13 years of my life in Rome, Georgia. Then I spent the next probably 13, 14 years of my life before I moved to Nashville in Oakdale, Harriman, Tennessee area. So I lived in Oakdale and went to Harriman. So it's kind of hard to say. I guess that's home because my family still lives in Oakdale.
There you go.
And that's what we're calling the new record. It's called Oakdale. So I guess let's just say Oakdale.
I love it. I love bringing it all home. If you're going to name the new record that's cool. Bringing it all home. Awesome. Tell us about songwriting a little bit.
Man, I don't know that I ever really appreciated songwriting as much as I do right now. So the last record we just put out and the new record we're about to put out, I've gotten past I want to cut other people's songs to the point where I want to write what's real to me. I want to write about things that have happened, and so this whole new record, we're about to release a record with 6 songs on it. 4 of the songs were written by me and Jeff, the guitarist. The other 2 were written by just me. So we didn't bring in a bunch of people. We didn't do a whole lot of stuff. We wanted to, and that's not to say other people can't write. That's just me saying we wanted to challenge ourselves, to, write the best we could, and just see what happens. Be real and vulnerable. And man, this music is
phenomenal. I bet
it's good.
It's on fire.
See, we have had people say, and I think you have a great blend. We have had some artists say they love writing by themselves, and then we have artists say that they really don't like being by themselves because they're not getting in touch with other people's emotions and getting feedback and all that. So they'll write with several other people, and you have that. You're blending. You have some songs by yourself, and then you have a co-writer, so you are getting some of other people's viewpoints and feedback and recommendations and all that. So you have the best of both worlds. You don't have to write with 5 people.
Exactly. And now I won't write with more than 3. I don't like writing with more than 2, honestly, but I'll do 3 every now and again. And it changes as you get stifled creatively. Sometimes you need to bring in a different mindset or a different melody person that is good at a certain melody and a certain tag. Or maybe you need to bring in somebody that's got good rhythm. Maybe can play you a cool lick and you can write on top. I mean, there's so many different ways to write. And as creativity gets stifled, sometimes you go that route or this route. But this record, we wanted to make sure that, it was us, just us, period. We did it all.
Come easy to you?
Yeah, it did.
This record came easy.
More easy than any of the other stuff. Yeah. So.
That's good.
And why do you say it came easy? Just because everything just clicked? Everything was just like perfect?
Experiences.
It did, man. Once we started writing, it just, everything was like a situation like this had happened to Jeff or this had happened to me. Or it was just, so it's easy to write when you're writing about, you know,
You're
shit.
wrong.
I dive into that because this happened and I still have these memories and the burn. So I don't know. It's just a lot easier.
One of the things I love about listening to an artist when they write a song is you could have the same experience as Skip did in some manner, but have two totally different viewpoints, and your writing perspective is going to be totally different than what his might be. So I just think that's amazing that people can do that and not say the same things over and over and over and over again.
The same thing, but not the same thing.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's so cool.
That's the cool thing, you know, about music in general. It's universal. It speaks different languages. It hits ears different, hearts different. Like it's awesome.
How has all this quarantine stuff been to you? Has it helped you, or has it put a damper on what you're doing? How how has it been?
God, these are great questions. We literally my fiance and I were just looking at venues all day. Yeah.
Oh, I know the date's going to come out before the end of this podcast. Wait a minute, you got a venue?
No, we don't. We've been looking at venues.
Okay.
We've
All right. Okay.
We've looked at 9 so far. I love them, but it's just her thing. It's her dream day. I'm just along for the ride. I mean,
you're just a guy.
You are so laid back. I love it.
I know. It just, you know, it is what it is. But
let's talk about the quarantine.
So we were talking about that, and I think quarantine has made me do things that I needed to do that I wouldn't take a step back from pre-COVID. Because for me, pre-COVID, all I wanted to do was get on the road, get in front of as many people as we can. Let's play a show. Let's make our show better. Let's get new music done. But quarantine has made me build a studio.
Bam.
I've had the dream of doing it. You know, I've had the the resources, the things that I needed to do it. I had, you know, from playing all these shows. You know, people are like, it's not people. How do you have this? Well, dude, I played 200 shows. I busted my rear end so I could have either money to reinvest into my career or money to all of it's to reinvest. But which ways? Do I allocate it here? Do I put it over yonder? Where do I put it? So quarantine made Nick, hey, slow down, stop. You're not gonna play for a few months. Now really assess how you want to attack things. So I've been able to meet with Randy, my manager, a little bit more. We've put together some like incredible things that we think are going to really, really work for us. You know, because I've never been a guy that's like, okay, I want a pub deal or I want a record deal or I want this. I do want a record deal, but we've never attacked anybody. I've been around 3 years. Never approached a label. I've never reached out to anyone. I've never contacted a pub company. Why? Because I wasn't ready. I wanted to make sure that by the time we got in front of these people, by the time we were ready to go, that this product was ready. Like there wasn't any artist development that needed to happen. The image was there. The songs were there. The voice was there. I wanted everything to fire on all cylinders. Well, quarantine gave me a chance to take a step back and reassess everything, the whole situation. Where are we at? Where are we going? What do we need? Because we were this close to being, there's been some clutter and murmur, but
yeah.
So it just gave us a chance to take a step back and just really put into focus. Okay, let's put our focus here, here, and here, and attack these 3 things now while we're not playing. Because that's the thing. When I'm out on the road, I leave Thursday, I get back Monday, and the 3 days I'm home, I'm doing laundry, I'm running errands, I'm doing things that I just don't have the time to do. Like a meeting, I'll write. I just don't have a lot of time. So not being on the road, I've got nothing but time right now.
Which is a good thing.
That's I think my favorite quarantine story, believe it or not. A complete reassessment of where you are, what you're doing, what your goals are, where your business is going. It made you slow down, made you take a second look at where your life is at that point. But it was just presented It was just, just even building the studio, like you said, that's a dream you've had. And if pre-COVID, if you kept on the path you were going, you might not have done that studio for another 5 years.
If that.
Right?
Yeah. So
I mean,
we all know that story.
It's always been gung ho, go, go, go. I know what the end deal is. I know where we're gonna be, but sometimes you get so tunnel vision that you don't think, okay, there are some other things that could happen or you could do to help the process. Nothing about having a studio hurts me being where I want to be in 2 years. I'm gonna be there. Mark my words. But this doesn't hurt. To invest in a studio, it'll help me in the future. I can record on my radio screen. This studio has all the same gear, all the same everything that any studio in Nashville has.
And I know exactly what you're saying. I've got all the stuff that you're going to find in a radio station. So it's going to be a great return on investment. And,
well, you've got one of the best mics you can have for doing what you do.
Oh yeah,
I love
right
that,
there, baby. Yep, I get these and 2 of the Stealth Aston. So I mean, it all works out. And I use with the VO stuff. I got a nice Sennheiser. Is it 914? I don't know. I paid about $1,000 for it. But anyways, it's I know. Well, I mean, look what you were talking about before.
Well, I will say this: if there's one thing I've learned, you always hear it from your parents. You get what you pay for.
Exactly.
It's true. It's true.
So true. So true.
If it's expensive for a reason.
True. Very true.
Pay the extra money and quit being a cheapskate.
Well,
and it'll last, which is nice. And you might as well get it while it'll last. So now about your studio, you mentioned before we went live how you have the option of bringing in other artists who may want to record, and you've actually set up a room for them where they could stay, which I think is a great idea.
Okay, but I set up a room for them to stay. My fiance does not a guest room because we've got a couple of spare bedrooms in the house. So she designed one, made it really nice. Nightstands and a bed and artwork and paintings and dressers and a TV. And it's got its own bathroom. So it's nice that if people want to come in that aren't in Nashville, maybe my hometown or
right.
Hey man, I got a place for you to crash because Nashville's expensive.
Yeah, we know that.
So maybe we'll have to Airbnb at your place sometime.
You can stay for free. My fiance loves the host. She'll host.
How far are you from downtown?
12 to 15 minutes.
Oh, that's traffic. Yeah. Well, traffic's a big deal now in Nashville. So never used to be, but now it's a big deal.
Miserable.
Yeah, but it's still a great city nonetheless. Always a lot of fun, a lot of great artists, all the different genres. It's fun to see everybody in their own world doing their own thing, and I love the city. So
I wouldn't live anywhere else. I mean, I'll own property other places eventually, but this will be my home for the rest of my life.
Now, you frequently played at Old Red. So are they open now or not?
They're open, yeah.
Are you playing there or not?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, good.
Here.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, I'll be down in November, so I'll have to check your schedule.
I honestly feel like I'm just an employee of theirs more so than a
You are there a lot.
Well, it's nothing wrong with having a steady gig.
No, that's great.
They've been so amazing to me. You don't understand how great. I've played up and down Broadway for the last 3 years. You don't understand how good they are to people. If you're just kind to them and you do your job well, they're so nice. They're accommodating. They're friendly. They're well trained.
Oh, good.
Like it's just, I've been in a lot of bars and you don't always see that, and so sometimes you just click and they're like literally like family to me. So.
Well, we knew Beth Ann would pop on here. Beth is watching. Have to give her a shout out. So and of course Cindy's there, and Roberta as well. Some of your fans from the area, so they're all watching this tonight. But
Cindy's such a sweetheart, man.
So cool, cool. I got to get out and meet all your fans. I mean, I do have to go to a show here once. So next time you're up and we're not on quarantine, or I can get out of the house,
you got it.
I'll be there.
You got it.
And
we'll be back up soon. We're working on some stuff. We'll know more about New Year's soon. So
yeah. So I mean, the rumor is you're going to be in the area on New Year's. You are talking about playing at the casino. I mean, it's still a little bit of time between now and then, but just everybody keep an eye on probably your your website, your Facebook, and just keep an eye on that. You know what's going on with Turning Stone with the Tin Rooster and all that. So
I will, and that's the problem nowadays. Like I can't. People are so mad. They're like, "Well, your website doesn't say you're playing," and I played. I'm like, "Here's the problem. Nowadays, venues will not confirm with you outside of a week or two in advance because it could change. You could be set back. Like a venue, we've had venues book us, and then a week before be like, "Hey, by the way, we've just dropped back to phase 3. We can only have 25%. Have to cancel the show."
I know, and you can't say anything, do anything. It's just out of everybody's control.
It's out of your control, and it's frustrating. A lot of people don't understand. Nick, you're absolutely right on that. It's just like they think, oh, we're good to go, but no, you're right. The venues will a week out just because whatever's going on, they may have to make a change. So
what phase are we in? Are we like a phase number in New York?
I've lost track.
Because I hear about all these other states that could do things, and we're not allowed. We're trapped in our own state. We're not allowed to go anywhere.
You're right. We are. I mean, if we do go somewhere, you have to, there's 35, 36 states on this New York travel advisory list. I know Virginia just came off, so I could probably go see my daughter, but North Carolina, I know, is on there. And just if we go there, and that's why I had to be work from home for 14 days because even though I tested negative, immediately when I got back, I went out and got tested. And I knew there wouldn't be a problem, but I did it for everybody's just sake of doing it. And it was all negative. My family was negative. We're all good, but still I had a quarantine for 14 days, regardless. So
I'll tell you a true story that's kind of cool to your area. I swore I'd never get a COVID test. I swore if I ever got it, I'd just stay at home for a couple weeks and quarantine myself. But I had to get one in Syracuse.
You did?
Yeah, while I was up there, I got one. Well, my fiance and I went to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, yeah.
We had it for a year. We booked it last year. But COVID forced it back to 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So they messaged me or messaged us while I'm in New York saying, we need a test from you guys, a COVID test showing negative within 5 days of you leaving. And I'm like, oh, dear. So
Dominican Republic requested that?
Yeah. Well, our all-inclusive resort.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Wow, I'm surprised. There's they all have their own rules, but I guess I didn't know after you left that they would ask you to do that.
You talk about like safety. As soon as you get there, they're spraying your shoes and wiping them down. They're putting stuff in your hands or like dousing you and stuff. They don't play.
Good.
How about the flights from here to there? I mean, or from where you are to there? I mean, did you have to wear the mask the whole time and all that? Yeah. Kind of figured.
Yeah, we always had.
I think there's no fans or buts about that, unless you're under the age of 2, obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, we had to wear masks there and back, but. Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is. What can I do about it? I can't change.
You have to complain.
So I just put the darn thing on and go.
Yeah.
Hey, oh my God. Well, I don't know. That's a long plane ride to be with a mask, but I suppose we don't have a choice. We just fall asleep and suck it up.
Oh, you're sucking it up. You can suck it up.
When you're crammed in like this and you're those seats sit straight up, so you're like,
yeah.
I know, and that's not a 45-minute flight. So
no, it's a 3.5 hour.
Exactly, with the mask on, and sitting like this. So don't put the table tray down and hit you in the gut. At least it does me. So, anyways,
I'm getting there. Quarantine's getting me.
Hey, let's talk about the guys that play with you a little bit. When you're out on the road and you got the full band, I mean, is it always the same bunch of guys, or you guys like family, or how's all this working?
It is. So, well, I guess I'm kind of different than most. So I salary all my guys.
Okay.
So it's always usually the same guys. I've had the same drummer for about a year, and
cool.
My guitar player Jeff, who's the band lead, has been my best friend for years, and he's been with me for 2 years.
Nice.
And then our tour manager Jeremy's been my best friend for 20 years. So it's like family. We've kind of been up and down with bass players. That seems to be the hardest position to fill.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Bass player. I didn't know. Something to do with the bass or not?
Well, there's a lot of pressure because a lot of guitarists sing.
Okay.
But I'll never replace Jeff, and he can't sing, so I got to have harmony from somewhere else.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then. and it's
So it
got
kind of forces it. We need either the drummer or the bass player to do the harmony. And I'm not going to track it. We play with some tracks and loops and stuff, but I'm not doing that.
The same. It's not the same. No, it's not the same. When you guys play together, do you do mostly originals? You're doing a lot of covers, or what do you do?
That's going to probably vary with what people want or what they request. Because the thing is, when you write a check, I'm a business. You know, if you write a check to my business to do a service, that's the service we're gonna do. So you pay me and you want this.
That's what you're getting.
It's just temporary, right? Like, we know where we're going. We're not a cover band. We don't travel around like, oh my God, let's go play top 40. No,
right.
We are going somewhere. We have a path. We just wanted to get this ball rolling and salary guys and have this functioning like a full, you know, like a label artist would, you know. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have.
You know, nowadays I really don't see too much of a difference between a label artist and another artist. Everybody's out there trying to do the same thing. It's just, it's something on paper at this point. Maybe they're getting paid a little more, maybe they're not. I don't know. But you guys are all out there doing your thing, and you're all artists. You're all, we think of Nashville recording artists. You are a recording artist. You're not just a cover band. You're not somebody that's just, throwing a guitar on and going out and doing a gig. You're not Hickman. You got a band, man. You're rocking.
You ain't lying. And that's the thing. I tell you the big difference between label artists and people like me. Yeah, we've done some things and we've been blessed in a lot of ways. But at the end of the day, all those self-contained units that we have with our ears in it and our wireless mics and our drawers with our cables, they don't carry themselves into the venue.
That's right.
So they have people to do it for them.
It might be the difference.
I don't. I'm doing my own work. I'm setting up. So we travel around with our own, like, huge, full, like, something you'd see from a major label artist lighting show and sound system.
Yeah.
That we'll travel around with. I'm the one. We're the ones up there setting that thing up and cranking it up and dialing in the lights and making sure Ableton's going. We don't have people doing that.
I think that's cool, though.
Yeah, and it's a better feel.
Driver. So that's the big difference.
I'd much rather carry my own equipment in, unless it's a heavy. Somebody else carry the heavy shit, but I would much rather carry my own stuff, like my inner ears or whatever, in-ears or whatever.
Your expensive microphone.
Yeah, my expensive microphone, my guitar. I think it just maybe my pedals. I'll take care of all that because I know where I want it, how I want it, so on and so forth. So
me and you're kind of the same. I kind of feel the same. Like our guitar player jokes. He's like, you're going to be Luke Bryan size playing arenas, and you're going to be walking around while people are setting up, going, no, that needs to be perfect because I'm OCD. He's like, no, that needs to be perfectly lined right there. Hold on, let me get on that ladder. That light's wrong.
Yeah, you'd much just do it. Just do it.
But you know what? I think that's how Vince Gill is, though. He walks right out on the stage like he is just as human as the rest of us. People will shout. He waves to everyone, but he's out there fixing his equipment, I've seen him do it 100 times. He's right in there, and then he'll go off the stage, and then he comes back, and he's now the Vince Gill who's performing. So there's something to be said about he wants things set up a certain way. You like things done a certain way, and I don't think you should be. An artist shouldn't be feeling like they shouldn't be allowed to go out on the stage just because, to check things, just because they're the one putting on the show. That's my 2 cents.
I agree, and Garth does it. But the thing is, I haven't always been blessed with all the stuff that I have. So at the end of the day, it's like, I don't have investors. All this stuff you see in this studio, our setup.
You work for it.
All this money that's been dumped in has been done by me.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I sold insurance and got money that way, and we've had to play a crap ton of gigs to get where we are, but I haven't had anybody invest, so it's me, and I want to make sure that it's okay. If I'm going to invest in it, I want it to be done a certain way.
That's phenomenal. It's
not me being a butt. I love people. I love everybody. It's just, let me set this up. Just appease me. You can run.
You are a business. You are a business.
You were an insurance man.
I was an agent. Yep. I sold insurance for years.
What kind? Residential, life insurance?
Yeah,
What?
PNC, property and casualty.
Property
I got you.
casualty.
Right. What other jobs have you had in the past?
I delivered sandwiches for Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's,
Mm-hmm.
Fast and Freaky Fast, or whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to ride a bike to deliver the sandwiches?
No, so that's only downtown. I delivered.
Oh.
I had a little Element that I toured around. That was my beat up car before I got my truck and the van and stuff. But
I've ordered Jimmy John's from the radio station, and you know, within so many minutes, some guys pedaling up on a bike. Skip Clark, at your meal. You know, but
well, it was great. I would do that at night and then sell insurance. I was just trying to get a bunch of money.
Yeah, I
you
get
know
it.
how much it is to send a song to radio.
Oh yeah.
So I had to save up $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. So I was just working every job I could, playing every show I could,
God.
just taking that money and sticking it in the bank. And then I sold my book and did a bunch of things and got all this money. I'm like, okay, do I go buy a casino or do I invest in it?
Let's see. That's a tough.
That's what I tell my fiance. She's like, why do you need a bunch of expensive guitars? They don't lose value. It's not like I'm very business minded. If I buy something, I think to myself, okay, is it practical? Am I going to use it? Is it going to further me and make me enhance me? And does it have a resale value? Am I going to lose a ton of money off buying this specific guitar, this specific mic? And if all of those answers add up to a positive thing, then I'll go for it.
But not all guitars sound the same, though.
They don't. All of them have a different purpose, you know. Like my Whitfield doesn't sound the same as a couple of my custom guitars, or my Midtown or the Les Paul. You know, they're different.
Is there a guitar that you prefer?
Acoustic or electric?
Acoustic.
Yeah, I got a J2.
Like a Taylor or a Martin or.
No, I'm Gibson. So I've got.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, I'll take you guys on a little tour.
Oh,
so I've got
on the tour, Deb. Hold on.
Oh, I love it. I learned so much.
This is the main one.
Oh, I love that.
So this is my J200.
So nice.
I love this one, but I never show anybody my stuff, so you guys are privy. I got this J100 Gibson. It's a little older. It's a 91. It sounds great.
That's cool.
Wow.
This is probably my second favorite. It's my hummingbird custom.
Nice.
Wow, do you design those?
It's a Hickman bird.
A Hickman bird.
Yeah,
those are beautiful. The
got
artwork is beautiful.
This is a Nighthawk, and this is a Les Paul custom 57 reissue, and this is a E335 and another hummingbird. I do have a Martin. I got a Telly.
How many of those do you bring with you?
A Whitfield. Usually I'll do 2 electric, 2 acoustic, and I swap them in and out.
Okay.
So these I got to brag on. So you were asking me, do I design these? No. So this right here is a custom. My favorite guitar in the world is a hummingbird. All right. This is a custom hummingbird. Nice. That is Nighthawk Telly. So Brian over at Alcorn Guitars designs the most amazing custom guitars. So he hooks me and Jeff up, our lead guitarists. We're endorsed through them. So he built this one. Look how beautiful this is.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So
I had no idea.
The network and the beauty. Yeah. He's so detail oriented. And then we just got this one. So all the new music you're going to hear came off of this one that we recorded with last night. This is the newest custom he made for me. But
oh my goodness!
Oh, dude, that is awesome.
So we just recorded 2 new songs last night with this. So
that just amazes me that all of these guitars can sound so different and put out such a unique, unique sound. Actually, it just I would, and then you have to sit there and learn. Well, over time, of course, you learn which one. Like, how do you know that you're going to go seek out a guitar and the kind of, like, you now have 10, 20 guitars sitting there. So now you might want to go buy another guitar. Like, how do you know what to get? I mean, it's not like we're buying shoes here. It's like,
I don't need another one now. I've got 18, and they all will handle what I need. So some guitars are singer coil, some have different pickups, some have different, it's just how it's set up, how they react, how the pickups go. It's all about the amps too. Like I have a Bad Cat, a Dr. Z, a Buddha, a Fender Blues Deluxe, an Orange, and then I've got an AC-15. So I've got a bunch of different amps. So and I probably got 30, 40 pedals. So it's all about the relationship between all of them. Like the different pedals are going to give you different sounds. Different amps are going to give you, do you want a thicker tone? Do you want more of a Nickelback growl, or do you want more of a chicken picking? Do you want a Strat? Do you want a Telly? Like, so it kind of varies, but it's just kind of knowing. Most guitarists that are worth their salt know whether or not, okay, well, this song, I hear it's probably going to call for a Strat. I'll run it through a Blues Deluxe. Or I'll run this Les Paul through a Bad Cat and make it growl, and it'll sound like a rock record. So all of them have different things.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have like with your guitar amps? Are they all pretty much digital, or are you using? I know we're getting a little technical here, but like the tube amps, you can't beat the sound of a good amp with the tubes in it.
All of mine are tube. None of them are digital. So
oh my god,
tube, Dr. Z's tube, Buddha's tube, Fender's tubed, Orange is tubed, and then the AC-15. All of them are tubed.
Dude, when I come to town, you're going to give me a tour of that studio.
Come over. You can come over anytime you want.
That is the coolest thing. That is the coolest thing. And being, I'm proud to. I will admit, I'm a geek. I'm a radio guy. I love doing what I do. I've got some of the good stuff here, and I know where you're coming from. We can relate on that. I know.
That's what I love.
Yes.
Kindred.
Yes, we are. Let me ask. What do you just a ballpark figure on one of those guitars?
Which one?
Those aren't your $200, $300, $400 guitars. I know that. I don't know what to. Just tell me one. Pick.
The man.
How about the one you showed us last? The one that you recorded a couple of songs or used for a couple of tunes last night.
Those aren't terrible. They're gonna run you, if you buy them from him, about $3,000 to $4,000 ish. So it's not terrible. Now that that's just those. But like my Gibson, my baby, that's gonna run you about. I got a pretty good deal on it, but it's gonna run you about $6,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I never knew guitars. I knew they were up there, but I didn't know that they could, be up there.
Down payment.
That makes any sense. So, but again.
They get you, and that's the thing. Like I didn't buy these in the last 6 months. Like I've been
in
over 3 or 4 year period.
No, and I understand that, but the value alone is just tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
They're your baby.
That's what I've always told her. I was like, hey, they don't lose value,
right?
Like I can sell most of these for what I paid for them. So
they're in mint condition. You take care of your stuff too. So that's always, there's people out there that might buy something and then they store it in a corner and it's filled with dust and it's dented or it's scratched. Those are amazing.
Most of them get played. And with Brian from Alcorn, dude, he's been a lifesaver for us, but
cool.
We've had a lot of endorsements, and I've got a lot of things that people have done for me, but he alone, like these 3 guitars he's given me are just incredible. They're the best sounding guitars. And he's custom made them for us, and he sets up. It's not just those. I'm getting to the better point. He takes care of all of our other guitars. Like my Gibson pickup messed up. He fixed it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man.
He helped get the Nick Hickman along the necks of all of them. So like
I love that.
He's been incredible to us, man. And
it's good to have that relationship and the getting the endorsement. I mean, you can't beat that. They're hoping that other artists are going to see what you're using and hear how good it sounds. So obviously they would go and say, where'd you get that guitar? Or what is that guitar? And then bam, he's made a sale. So that's cool, man. That's cool.
It is, man. We're blessed. We're blessed.
Tell us about the website. Your website, if somebody wanted to look you up and find out more about you. I know we have a lot of people from this area that already know a lot about you. You've been here quite a few times and hopefully a whole lot more. And I know you will be. Yes. Your website is what?
TheNickHickman.com.
I love it.
Yeah.
The Nick Hickman.
Well, it's not me being pretentious. There was a kid when I first started about 5, 6, 7 years ago. that had Nick Hickman on like Instagram and Facebook. And I wanted, when I first started, everything to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm not going to be Nick Hickman on a couple things and then something else on the other. So I reached out to him. I offered him some money. He wouldn't take it. And all he had posted was like some friggin' snowboard picture. I'm like, bro, what's going on? He wouldn't take the money. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll be the Nick Hickman. So.
And you will be the Nick Hickman. There just will be no question about it. So it's actually worked out better, I think.
Well, it worked out that my parents named me a redneck name.
Well, a name like Hickman, Nick Hickman.
Nick Hickman. Like it just.
Is Nick your first full name?
It's Nicholas, but yeah.
Oh, so where's the Sean come in?
That's my middle name.
Oh, okay.
He only gets called Sean when his fiance's either pissed at him or mom or dad or somebody's yelling.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas Sean Hickman, yeah. Nicholas Sean Hickman.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is the reason that all came about is people weren't doing the music thing, so I was like, stop trying to.
I hear you.
Add me as a friend and go like my music page. So that's why I switched the name on it too.
So if they go to the website, thenickhickman.com, they can find your music. They'll get news on where you are. Yep. Hopefully. I know we're in a period right now where things are changing day by day, but also just a little bio and all that good stuff that you're going to find on the website. We urge people to read about you. We want people to look you up, and we want people to come out and see you. I know just your fans on. I'm looking at some of the comments here that they want to see you a whole lot more. I know Beth Ann, Beth just, like.
Are you able to play regularly while you're home there, or is it just hit and miss? Do you have a schedule? I mean, I know you're a frequent old red a lot, but.
Yeah, we've been playing a little bit here and there. It just all depends. Certain states, the restrictions are a little bit different than other states. So it's hit or miss. And a lot of people will wait a week or two to commit because you never know. All right, well, next week we had a spike and they're going to bring us back down to this phase or this level or this capacity. So instead of canceling a show, they'll just wait to book it until about a week or two out. So then it's so it's just. Right now, it's a crap show. Yeah. If I play, I play. We're focused on this new record. We just shot a bunch of music videos. This new record is. I know a lot of people say, "Well, I love my music. It's good. We've done a good job." But I think the thing for me is I've always looked at this as a business. My business is making this business better, making me transcend, give people something that they can't get anywhere else, and growing. And I think that this record will show growth. And I think that from an unbiased standpoint, it's the best written stuff I've done. It's the most unique I've done. It gets back to the roots. It's a little more country than a lot of the other stuff. So
God, I can't wait to hear it.
We made sure that we got back to the roots of where we wanted Nick Hickman to go. So
awesome.
So you'll have to promote this album, of course. So my question.
Heavily. We've got a bunch of stuff I can't talk about.
No, that's okay. We'll be looking for it. That's for
one secret. One thing. No, I can't even get one thing out of you.
Well,
not gonna do it.
Well, it's just behind the scene tactical stuff.
No, I know.
We've hired a marketing team, and we've hired some people that are going to be pushing the record on a more global and larger scale than what we've done before.
Right.
So it's just a more full-blown attack.
Love it.
So do you think your life will go back to how it was pre-COVID, or do you think you'll reset and say, hey, I know I have to travel and do what I have to do to get myself out there, but I also know when I came home, I was so short on time. How do you think your future looks with your changes that have taken place?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I did that for a reason, right? Why? Your parents probably, you guys. You worked real hard for retirement and to get to the point where you don't have to work hard anymore.
Right.
I put in 5 to 10 years of just grinding work so I can play 50 shows a year, 60 shows a year. So the goal was to never play 200 or plus shows every year.
Right.
That's just where we're at. I needed to do it to make the money to salary my guys and to pay our sources and to fund this business and also to have money to do things. So I needed to do that. And that's not the goal for the future. That's just a temporary goal. Like work real hard, because people don't know how much work it actually is to do.
Mm-hmm. We imagine it, but we really don't know it.
Right.
I'll paint a picture. When I come to you guys, right? Syracuse. It's a 16-hour drive with a van and trailer.
Okay.
When we get there, let's say we play Friday, Saturday, Sunday there, right? We'll leave Nashville at about 10 p.m. on Thursday. Get to Syracuse somewhere around 12 or 1. We'll load our stuff into the venue. It takes us a couple hours to set up, load in, sound check. Usually be done around 3 or 4. Go back to the hotel, shower, check in, change, go eat dinner, then come back to the venue and play for 3 or 4 hours. Shake hands, say hello, pack up, another couple hours. Then maybe we get 6 hours of sleep before we wake up and do the exact same thing the next day, every day.
It's crazy.
So
that's what I mean. It's really kind of, even though it's temporary, it's still a tough life. That part of it is very tough on you. And especially knowing that you're going to be married. Now, maybe your fiance can come with you at times, but if she's working and she can't, you guys, it's like you're going to want to be home. She'll want to see you. That whole scheduling then becomes just a whole nother challenge in life. So, but when you love what you do.
You love it. There you go. He's got it right.
Just go for it. Yeah.
So to answer your question in a long roundabout way, maybe we play a bunch of shows next year, or maybe we don't. I don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know.
The new music and the new plan will dictate us which direction we need to go.
Yeah. No, we're looking forward to that. Absolutely.
And that's the way it should be. It's going to dictate which way you go. So
I agree.
And we want the best for you. And we expect to see you on that big stage. And you've got the talent, you've got the fans, and your fan base is growing every day. We're so glad that you joined us here tonight. I know, exactly. And I'm so glad that Deb made the contact to have you on Skip Happens tonight, and along with the Country Music Fan Club, which is, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and the Country Music Fan Club page right now. So it's pretty cool. Before we let you go, though, I said I was going to ask some questions.
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So I mention this all the time. Before each and every podcast, I put together a list of 25 questions.
Perfect.
And I ask the guest to pick a number between 1 and 25, and I will ask the question that corresponds with that number.
Okay.
So go ahead, between 1 and 25.
18.
18. What's the scariest thing you've ever done for fun? Yeah.
When you ask these questions, I always try to think of myself, put myself in those shoes, and sometimes like this one has me stumped.
Really? You've never done something crazy?
Well, it doesn't have me stumped. You're trying to narrow it down. I think on Dollywood, the ride that you get in, it takes you all the way up.
Yes.
It drops you. That's pretty freaky.
Okay. All right.
Scares the shit out of me. I mean, crap.
Yeah. Okay.
I know.
I get it. It scared the shit out of me as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Pick another number.
7.
7. One thing you avoid at catering.
Fish.
Yeah. We thought a couple
I said sushi. Remember when that question came up?
Fish?
Yeah. Fish? Well, sushi, fish. Yeah. Okay. All right. I kind of group all that together.
Yeah, me too.
I wouldn't do that. All right. Let's do another one, Nick.
Okay. 21.
21. Oh, what was your first concert?
Ooh. NSYNC.
Really?
It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Hey, why do you think I have this?
Here we go.
Nothing.
Oh my God!
Approval.
Dude, that is awesome.
I'm a huge fan. Justin's God. If I could be Justin.
Yeah, I know. I think a lot of people are saying that right about now. That's awesome. Wow.
We'll have to get him to watch this podcast.
Exactly.
But it was so cool to be a 12-year-old boy, and I just started realizing I could sing a little. And I'm seeing these guys flying through rafters on these daggum things hanging out their back and just putting on the show and the dances. And I'm like, for me, it was I'm in an arena with 30, 40,000 people, and most of them are girls. I'm getting to that point where I'm hitting puberty. I like girls, and all the girls like Justin. So I wanted to be Justin to get the girls.
Right.
So it was like,
see, your brain was always thinking, even way back then.
Well, that's a
He
talent.
was putting his plan together.
It's done well. All right, let's do another one, Nick.
Let's do it. 13.
Oh. You sure you want this one? Do you know your love language?
Oh, dear Lord, no.
Okay. All right. Let's pick another one then. We won't go there.
Is that a language, redneck?
Yeah, that'll work.
Number 4.
Oh, I know what the answer to this is going to be. I think.
Perfect.
What's your most prized possession?
My truck.
Oh.
Oh.
What kind of truck you got?
Silverado, a black one.
Nice.
Yeah, I had the Silverado. I've had the Ford. I've had the Dodge. I got old and I have a Ford Explorer. But it's wrong. I mean, it's awesome. I love it. It's all blacked out and everything. I love it. So
that's mine too. Black wood, black rims.
Yeah.
Cab, blacked out windows. Everything's just solid black.
No kidding. See, it's cool. They look sharp. Anything that's blacked out looks sharp. Let's do one more, Nick.
Okay. Number 2.
Do you like long beard or cleaned up?
Personally?
That's the question.
Probably cleaned up.
Yeah,
I would say he's cleaned up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's got the beard, but it's very clean. I don't like those long beards, even when they are kind of cleaned up. They just, I don't know.
I'm not a beard guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a beard guy. If I was to do that right now, it'd be all white.
No, I like his. He's got a good length.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little bit older, so.
Yeah, you are. I forgot.
Yeah, I just turned 28.
Perfect.
I'm always busting on him.
Yeah. And Deb's right behind me. So I'm just saying. All right. And my question to you, what's the name of the podcast?
Skip.
Look in the upper corner. Skip Happens. That's right.
Hey.
Yay.
I can't see my phone. It's so small. I couldn't look in the upper corner.
Oh, you're on the phone. Okay. Some people go on the computer. Some people go on the phone. So.
You have a good picture for being on the phone. And we didn't have any problems tonight. He's using a phone. That was great.
Right. Everything sounds great.
Well, we've set up a separate Wi-Fi in the studio, so it's literally like 5 feet.
Perfect.
That's probably what it is.
Just remember this. If you do this again with somebody, and I'm sure you will be, that you're in a perfect spot for that.
Well, I need to figure out what you're doing, Skip. I bought an A6400, a Sony, and I got a Sigma 24-1/4 lens. It's like movie quality, but trying to get it from the thing to the computer to the phone, plus also getting good quality audio, like maybe setting up an SM7 like you. I ain't figured it out.
Well, I use a, anybody that's watching this that might be into doing a podcast or have a podcast, I have a Rodecaster Pro. That's what I'm using. I've got a lot of different, I can play crickets. I have a lot of hot buttons and, okay.
Yeah, but I think, aren't you just talking picture or are you talking?
No, I'm going to get there. So then the Shure SM7Bs go into the Rodecaster. The Rodecaster goes into my Mac, or it could go into a PC. The program that we're using is called Be Live, and the camera that I'm using is plugged right into my computer. It's a Canon M50. And a musician like yourself actually turned me on to it because I was talking to him one day and I said, dude, how come you're so clear? How come you look so good? He goes, you got to get a Canon M50. So I went out and bought one. It's just under $500 and I'm not looking back. It's excellent.
Your clarity's great.
It is.
So that's what I'm using. Yeah, that's what I'm using. And it's just everything works out great. And I also run I have a monitor that I'm actually looking at now. I could also look down at my computer, but I watch everything on a monitor that's right by the camera. So
that's smart.
It is cool. So, if you're planning on doing anything like this, or if I can help you out at all, just drop me a note and, I'd be more than happy to tell you how I'm doing certain things and making it work. Cool. Yeah, but I'm so jealous of your studio, dude. I'm still in awe.
I'm jealous too, and I'm not even a techie.
I love it, man. I can't tell you how many countless nights me and Jeff have spent in here trying to make sure everything's perfect and dialed in and ran correctly, and I'm just happy it's up and running.
Do you let me ask you real quick with the studio, do you have any like corner wedges in the bass, what do they call those, bass traps? Do you have any of those in the corner?
And bad boys over here?
Oh yeah, okay, I see them. Good,
Yeah.
good. Yep, yep.
I got them. We got them in every corner.
I figured you would. I didn't see it before. Okay.
What do those do?
Bass traps.
It just kind of
help with the bass response.
Right.
Oh, okay.
The low
It's
end.
Equipment. An equipment thing.
Well, it's
Okay.
the sound. It helps
Yeah.
with the sound. It takes a lot of the bass away that,
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
All right, Nick Hickman, you've been great, man. It's great chatting with you. We look forward to seeing you hopefully soon back in the Northeast. I got a lot of fans that can't wait to see you again. And, we'll get you up here one way or the other. We'll do what we have to do to get Nick Hickman back here in Central New York and get some shows lined up for you. We'll do that. And, you got a lot of friends here. A lot of fans.
Yes, you do.
So,
I love you guys. Thank you for having me, man. It's been awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We're going to sign off, but don't click off until afterwards. I want to talk to you after we sign off, but still, thank you for joining us. It's Skip Happens, Nick Hickman. Go to thenickhickman.com. Find out about everything you want to know about Nick Hickman.
And when his new music's coming out and when we can hear it and all the behind the scenes stuff and the surprises that he's not telling us about tonight.
Very soon.
We tried to get it out of him, and it didn't.
We try. He holds a good secret.
Yeah, very
Good
soon.
businessman. Good businessman. Hey, Nick, peace, brother. It's awesome talking to you.
Thank you very much.
You got it. You got it, my friend. Hang on now. Here.